Oh, are we moving on to the
I
Indianapolis Colts?
I could not get us out of the Houston Texans faster. I let's Can we
Okay.
go to something happy?
Can you just lead me in real quick, and I'm gonna give you 30 minutes of sunshine.
Yeah, I think we have 30. Yeah, we definitely have 30 minutes for you to talk about the number one QB prospect of this year's class, Anthony mother freaking Richardson.
Okay, so picture this. You have the best measurables ever. He's faster than Cam Newton. He can jump higher than Bijan Robinson. He has broken more tackles than 99% of running backs ever. He can throw the ball 75 yards while sneezing. He's attached to Michael Pittman, Shane Steichen, amazing coach, Alec Pierce, deep ball threat, Josh Downs, the slot wide receiver. The offensive line has to get better. Jonathan Taylor is allegedly fine at football, I've heard. And now that quarterback, he's not even going 101. He's just going 102. You don't even have to trade up to the 101. If you do, good for you. Good for you. Just go ahead and take him anyway. Because Anthony Richardson will be the most highly sought after rookie in 2024 when you look back at this class. Bijan Robinson is going to have a great year. He's probably going to finish as a top 5 running back. Anthony Richardson is going to finish as a top 12 quarterback, and that is worth more in your pocket than your dollar bills, than your credit card, than your debit card, than your rewards card at your local coffee shop. Anthony Richardson to the moon. I have no further comments. I literally wrote down this is 30 to 40 minutes of Anthony Richardson propaganda, and I'm going to cut it short in the name of the podcast. Corey, do you think that this is justified?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. Right off the bat, I think this 30 to 40 minutes of Anthony Richardson propaganda, as you put it, I think that will be its own episode down the line, where I will just allow you to go off on it because I'm sure. Look, I think that is a little bit of hyperbole, but I don't think by much. I think that
No,
I
I
want to
I
see
could
you
do it.
go.
I
Yeah,
I did a
I want to
full
see it.
film. I did a full film study on him. I think
Yeah.
he's the best thing since sliced bread. And I can't state that enough. He's further along in his passing development than people want to give him credit for. And he's further along in his running development than Justin Fields was at the time that he came out, and he broke the rushing record for rookie quarterbacks. Like, there are so many opportunities for this guy to score fantasy points. Like, he is going to be a monster for fantasy. Maybe like redraft. Let's pull the brakes back. People are drafting like quarterback 8. Let's chill out. But that's very much in the range of possibilities.
He's got a pretty nice little schedule here too, actually, for a year one ramp up. We're talking about Jags, Texans, Ravens, Rams, Titans, Jags again, Browns. These are all games where Anthony Richardson, if he does come out there and has learned to use his legs and get stuff done, I mean, we could be looking at a winning Colts team here come week 10.
Colts might win the AFC South. I'm not joking. Another note with the Anthony Richardson propaganda, he is going to crush personally the Anthony Richardson like fantasy numbers. But when we talk about supporting pass catchers and supporting his running back, I would fade all of those people
Mm-hmm.
because he's going to run for 15 to 30% of the yards. He's an amazing athlete. He is probably the coolest guy to watch with the ball in his hands since Jalen Hurts, Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson. Like, he looks like Michael Vick if Michael Vick had access to anabolic steroids. This
Mm.
guy's insane.
You,
So,
you ever get down on like Batman comics, TV show, all that good stuff?
yes,
You know how Bane started out as like a skinny little dude? I feel
yes,
like you put Kyler Murray in the Bane
yes,
chair and give him Venom, and you have
yes.
Anthony Richardson.
You stick Kyler Murray in the Captain America super soldier serum, and he just grows 8 inches. becomes likable, isn't addicted to Call of Duty anymore, and is a top 12 quarterback for the rest of your life.
You shoot Kyler Murray with a beam of gamma radiation, and he bursts into the Hulk that is Anthony Richardson.
You won't like me when it's COD season.
Pretty good.
So he's not going to support his pass catchers. Like, fade Michael Pittman, he's going in the top 24. Fade Alec Pierce. Fade Josh Downs, especially in rookie drafts, because people are impatient. Everyone's taking Josh Downs in the second or the third. They're going to give up on him after a year. Go buy him next year for a fourth or a third, or pick him up off of waivers. Like, there are opportunities to get these guys later on that makes more sense with AR's timeline than buying them right now.
Yeah, I think this almost becomes a pseudo Ravens-esque situation where on the Ravens, you basically want Lamar Jackson, and, Mark Andrews has established himself as well, although, he's still a tight end. But I think this is a very similar situation where you want Anthony Richardson and not much else. I mean, JT is pretty good at football, but, like you said, Anthony Richardson is going to take a lot of those rushing yards. I think with rushing QBs, you think, like, he's going to open up running lanes, right? I think that's the big benefit that you get here, is maybe JT benefits from rushing lanes being opened up because teams are kind of fearing the Anthony Richardson takeoff. But what this really plummets is JT is going to get very little check down work, because every time Anthony Richardson panics and needs to do something because the pocket is collapsing, it's not going to give it to JT. He's going to take off running for 50 yards.
So I did a little bit of a study into what it looks like for rookie quarterbacks or rushing quarterbacks and their running backs. The quarterbacks that run with the ball the most will elevate the game of very bad running backs. So when you talk about, like, this is no shade on Miles Sanders, but, like, he wasn't setting the world on fire ahead of time. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts comes in, and that team feeds the ball to him with good rushing lanes.
Yep.
Like, if they are below a top 36 running back, all of a sudden they get elevated in the top 24. If they're already a top 5 option, they get downgraded to just barely a top 24. Sorry to everybody if you're hearing my washer or dryer go off. It has the longest player in the entire world.
So I never had a washer that did that, where it, like, plays a little song when it's done. I always just had the burr, like, loud buzzer. But this apartment that I'm in right now has one of those, and it freaked me out the first time it went off and was playing a song. I was like, where is that coming from? And I couldn't figure it out until I opened the washer dryer door, and I'm like, oh, okay, you do that, I guess.
It's just so funny because it keeps going, and I'll be like, no, you're done. Like, I'll even go up and click the button, and it keeps going, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. But anyway, Anthony Richardson's good at football. Jonathan Taylor will not finish as a top 10 running back this year. And
wow.
It's not even, like, that hot of a take. Like, go back through all of the rushing quarterbacks. Christian McCaffrey finished the highest with Cam Newton next to him, and that's Christian freaking McCaffrey, not –
You know what? I do have, funny enough, a little embarrassing, but I'm going to throw it anyway. On my computer monitor, I have Post-it notes all over it about, like, different things to talk about. And I have my top 12 RB Post-it note right here. And I have Mr. Jonathan Taylor here as RB10.
I said outside the RB10, so just drop him down one more. Take whoever's at 11, move him up one.
You know what? I was thinking about swapping him with Harris anyway. That should make
Najee?
you smile, right? Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's no planet where Najee doesn't finish this. I honestly, not the homer in me. He's going to get the majority of the touches. The offense has to be better. He's going to get the check downs because his quarterback's not that athletic. I think he's going to finish as the RB 7 or 6 this year.
Okay. You know what? That is actually the first time I think that I've heard you say something that you and Eric agree with.
Ah, lovely.
Eric has Najee I think he has him as 5 on his RB rankings.
Yeah, but he also has Anthony Richardson as quarterback 67. So
yeah, well, that's why he's not allowed on the show anymore. He's so
So
long, dude. He's a really long dude.
that is a heck of a sentence, but he is